the perineum refers to the area between your anus and your genitals. So what we used to call your taint and your gooch when we were in high school.
Or chode.
Yeah. So the technical.
And now, it's time for the Sticks and Stones podcast. Just like the barbershop, but with better hair. Stick City, stand the fuck up. And now, here's your hosts, Jeremy Barnes and Corbin Shepard. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you may be. And we will get to a good night, but not yet, because we just started the fucking show. So welcome back. What you sipping on there, buddy?
Nomu from Platform. It's a rice lager with jasmine.
Yeah.
Super good. Right now, you can only get the Nomu in like a variety pack. It's like Platform's lager variety pack. It's pretty fire. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. But
look crispy.
It is. So that's really good. Their Pils is like super like crushable, crispy, light. You could hammer those all day. So yeah. That's probably this. Honestly, and I like Platform. Don't get me wrong, but like this has probably been one of the better things I've had from them as far as like just like easy down the middle of the road, like crushable, good beers, like consistently good shit from them. And It's just this lager variety pack. And it's just good as fuck. So kudos to Platform for that.
Nice job, Platform. I got my Chubby's 9-inch inseam, 7-inch. I don't know. Whatever.
You know. The shorts from them.
Yeah, I'm releasing the thighs.
The man Dukes.
Yeah, the man Dukes.
They make some good shit from what I've heard. I don't think they for my legs, but they make some good stuff.
You'd be surprised. I mean, I have a pair of their swimming trunks, and I have two pair of their like dress shorts, I guess you would call them. Mm-hmm. They're essentially the same fucking material.
Right.
They're just that stretchy spandex and elastic shit.
Mm-hmm.
Got to release them thighs for the summer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Sky's out, thighs out.
Yeah.
It is that time of year.
Finally.
We got a little bit of a cold dip the last like 3 days, but
yeah, it is chilly in the morning.
Yeah, I know we're going to get a little bit of rain here shortly, but it's supposed to be a pretty decent weekend for Memorial Day, so I'm pumped about that. Excuse me. It's not going to be like too hot, I don't think, either.
Yeah, they put the old veteran on call on Memorial Day, so I don't get to sit back and have your barbecues.
That's disrespectful.
Nah, it's all good.
How's your week been? How's your weekend?
My weekend was chill. Just hung out with the kids. Not much, man. Just chilling out. And it's gonna be the same thing this weekend. We might go see Top Gun 2. Take the kiddos to go see that.
Yeah.
Double or Nothing's this weekend for any wrestling heads. That's this weekend. It's in Las Vegas. Should be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not much, man. Just relaxing. Getting ready for this wedding. Getting ready for this honeymoon. Getting ready to be out in Vegas. And then Zion. Go meet God. You know what I'm saying? This dude, where's Zion?
Sick. That'll be dope, though.
I'll send you photos, man.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, that glamping
I take that
house
camera and see if you can get some good photos with the camera.
Yeah, I probably will. Because it's easy to tear down and take apart and all that.
I'll be I think we're gonna do a family cookout Saturday,
Yeah.
And then I'll actually get Hudson a bunch of extra time here, which I mean I have him a bunch of extra time anyways, but I'm pumped because I'll have him for the rest of the week after today, and then he'll go to his mom's Saturday, so he'll miss the cookout, but then I'll pick him up Sunday around midday, and then I'll have him until Tuesday. So
Right. Oh yeah.
and then I'll have him again on Wednesday. I mean, I'll go back to my normal schedule of having him, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
Plenty of time.
Hell yeah, he's had a rough past week though. So
What's
last
that?
Monday, when his mom was dropping him off to the babysitter, he fell. He
Oh,
tripped
yeah, you
and fell
told me
over
about
his
that.
feet, and he split his head open. So that was a rough Monday, and then this would have been Sunday when I was dropping him off to his mom. I got home and just shot her a text to see, because I mean it was pretty late. It was after she got off work. I just want to make sure he was able to get like to sleep okay. Shot her a text, said, "Hey, he everything all good. He passed out and whatnot pretty easily." And she FaceTimed me and just, "No, everything's not all good." And I'm just like, what's going on? What happened? He fell right on where his cut was and split it back open.
Jesus.
So spent the rest of that night in the hospital. So it was he's had a rough week, but he's doing much better now. So the
Yeah.
first children's put 6 stitches in, 2 stitches inside the gash, and then 4 superficially, but they were dissolvable on the superficial ones, which probably not the best choice, because by Sunday, 2 of the stitches had already dissolved from like keeping like neosporin on it and whatnot, stuff like that. I mean, it was starting to heal good, but I mean, he fell right on it, so it was still really, he just opened it right back up like it was never closed. But when we went to Liberty Children's Sunday night, they ended up putting 5 stitches in it superficially, and they just did like regular stitches. So in 10 days, we'll have to go to the pediatrician and get them pulled out. But yeah, it was.
It sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah, I mean it happens though. I mean he's wild, man. He
Kids will
always
be
wants
kids,
to run,
man.
and yeah, but you gotta
He's up and running.
gotta let him do his thing sometimes. And I mean he just gets so excited, and he gets to going faster than his little feet can move. So I mean, because he's only 16, I mean he'll be 17 months here soon,
Right.
but he's just crazy. Like the whole time he was in the hospital Sunday, even before like I had got there, because I was like, okay, well, let me get my shit together and I'll come back down. And I guess the entire time he was just running around the emergence, like just running around his room that he was in, like trying to see what he could get into and all this other shit like that. So,
Right.
but he handled it well. He's a soldier.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Oh yeah,
He'll be fine. It's just a boy getting around, climbing into shit.
yeah.
I get
Speaking of babies, and I know why I saved this one, because I actually had saved this article from like right when we were about to start or stop podcasting, right? And we just never got to it. Back in December, this woman I assume she got in trouble, but this woman was caught on a Delta flight breastfeeding her cat and wouldn't stop.
Where were they flying
So-
to? Did it say?
It was from New York to Georgia, I believe. So she was,
Says it all.
yeah, like because they show like a picture of the thing. They show a picture of like the transmission back and forth from like the plane to ground control.
Ground.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. passenger in seat 13A is breastfeeding a cat and will not put the cat back in its carrier when flight attendant requested. So it shows a picture of her sitting in the seat, and she's trying to she was trying to cover the cat up like it was a kid, like it was in a baby blanket.
Right.
And the dude on the aisle seat's like just looking up at the flight attendant like,
Yo,
it
get your girl.
Yo, right? Yo, get this freak away from me.
Seat 3C, get her.
Yeah, dude,
I could. Cat, that ain't no baby.
It immediately reminds me of Meet the Fuckers.
Yeah, can't.
He's like, Greg, I've got nipples. Could you milk me?
Right.
But yeah, so that was, I don't know. I think that was just the leftover one that I found when I was searching for some shit for this week.
There's always something, man. There's always like one or two people on the flight. You're just like, shit. You can tell that they're gonna be a shit show. It's always always one or two, man. Always.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I thought that was. I don't know. That's just wild to me because there's people out there that are like that would probably think this is okay. I'm sure she's not the first person to try to breastfeed an animal, which is. I don't know, man. That's disturbing.
A fucking cat.
But yeah.
Can you imagine a cat? A cat's tongue? Oh, sandpaper.
Nah, man. Right.
Just torn apart.
Yeah.
Fucking 30 grit.
She had to have been some kind of freak, though, dude.
Yeah, to have a cat sucking on your nipple.
But
Hell
to do
no.
it like you're on a plane, bruh. You're not even in the privacy
even wait
of
to get
your
home.
own home. Right. Yeah.
Couldn't even wait to get to Georgia.
Freak.
Flying into Atlanta. Couldn't even do it. Couldn't wait.
She could definitely be the sick fucker today.
That's a 2.5 hour flight, probably. Somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah. It couldn't have been that bad. Because a lot of flights go through Georgia, especially Delta flights. So,
right.
I mean, she couldn't have been on the plane that long to need to do all that.
Right.
And it's a cat, man. The cat will be fine. The cat will be cool without you. Without mother's milk.
Yeah, the cat will be all right. The cat don't need no milk.
Right.
The cat should be put up. Put away.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. As we are filming this, or recording it, should I say, there has been another mass shooting by another sick fuck. So that's the ultimate sick fuck.
Yeah, seriously.
Down in Texas. I don't know what's going on there. I guess since COVID has slowly let its grip loose, people have lost their shit again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was pretty from everything that was in the article. It was pretty bad. I mean.
Yeah, when I read it, it said 15 dead.
Yeah, 14 students and one teacher, but there was multiple other people that were injured, including 2 responding officers, and yeah, and it was at an elementary school by one of the high school students.
Right.
So.
Oh, it was. So they know who it was now.
Mm-hmm. They're dead.
Well, I saw that he died, but I didn't see if it was anybody that they knew, or if it was what.
He was a student from the high school, so I mean, they obviously didn't release any names or anything like that, but that's just that's so far what they've said.
Right.
But it's tough.
Sad.
It's like, because I mean, you send your kids to school, like you. I don't know. Like, by the time we were in school, unfortunately, there had been like maybe 2 instances that made news that we knew of like this, and it was very like.
I mean, Columbine was the first.
Yeah, and
that
so
was
it was
99.
almost So it just seems like it's becoming more and more of an issue.
Copycat.
Like I know. Well, I mean, for Northmont schools, for example, on a regular basis, they have issues with like threats that are being found out via like Snapchat and shit like
Right.
that. Because every kid in middle school and high school now with a cell phone has Snapchat, right? So, um, a, a ton of different instances where like some kid's been on Snapchat and like taking pictures, like while he's at before he's even got on the school bus or went to school, while he's at home, of like a gun or a knife or something like that, and
Right.
said something on it and posted it to his wall or whatever you post your shit to on Snapchat, and somebody screenshotted it before that kid could delete it, right? And I mean, whenever that happens and they send it to they send it to the school and stuff like that, the school has to send out like a mass thing to parents, like,
Right.
So it's from my end. I mean, it seemed like it was happening a lot.
Yeah, I know Northmont's always had issues, even when we were
yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's nothing new.
No.
But it's stupid. It's despicable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just downright wrong. Hopefully, we can figure this shit out, but I don't know. I don't know what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But back to
in Texas, you'd think some of them teachers had guns. I don't know. I mean, some of the schools had like, and this was years ago, had started like there were like one or two teachers in the school
institute. Yep, where
a
were teacher would
like
have
trained and that had a carry on them or in their classroom or something locked up or whatever. But
right.
yeah,
it is surprising that
yeah.
being in Texas.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you may see a lot more of that happening over the next week or two in Texas.
Who knows, man?
Not the shooting, but the armed teachers.
Well, I mean, everybody should be taking heed, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. No, I agree.
But
I'm sure plenty will come out about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just now happened. So,
well, yeah, it's like unnoticed red flags that somebody missed, whether it was a parent or a teacher, or some type of cry for help that somebody missed,
right,
at some point.
Yeah, as the week goes on,
right.
We'll hear more. It's just unfortunate that it keeps happening, and now that like we went through COVID for 2.5 years, and there wasn't anything like that, and now it's like, oh well, back at it,
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks to see.
Well, right.
But what other topics do we have? Let's get out of the sad stuff.
I mean, while I was reading up on that, a pop-up came on my screen of man charged with plot to assassinate George Bush. So that was
I did see that. He was in Ohio. I was sitting there and I saw that and it was breaking news. I was like, what the fuck? How you going to kill W, man? Leave him alone. He already fucked up.
Especially in Ohio.
Like 10, 15 years ago.
Why is he even on anybody's radar to assassinate? You know what I mean?
It's over, dude. It's past.
Right.
I don't understand.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But
he's just mad. He's probably I wonder if he was a veteran.
I didn't. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, oh, God, I'll bring this up, but I'm not reading this article. It's hard telling. It could be.
Yeah, I'll have to read the article. I do not know, so
right.
Let me pass on that one. Please don't kill me, internet. As far as dragging me through the comments.
Right. I feel you.
Oh, but no, I saw that when I was at work. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? And then I got home and I saw the Texas thing. So
yeah,
I guess it's not a surprise.
No.
But what
Go ahead.
What was that you had? Why do women have 2 heat settings in their car?
Yeah, man. So I've noticed
true.
this trend over
It's
my
true.
dating life that like no female can have like a medium, like this is a comfortable temperature and I just leave it at this, right? Like if it's wintertime and it's cold outside, this is what my car's heat setting is on. Or if it's summer, this is what my AC is set on and this is what's comfortable, right?
Right.
No, it's either like off or full blast. So like that's part of the reason I like refuse to ride with a chick somewhere, because it's just like it's either freezing cold in their car because they have the heat off, and then it jumps up to like Hades in their car because they have the heat on full fucking blast. And it's just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like you have like that happy medium area, and you can like turn your fan down a little bit and find that comfortable temperature zone. Oh well, nah, it's just easier for me to just turn it all the way on or turn it all the way off. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I don't know if that's
No,
like
it's
a
true
sign of
though.
like, is that because that's like how women's brains work?
I don't know, man. It's true though. You get in a woman's car and it's like full blast air condition or full blast heat or windows down. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no other setting.
Right.
And it's like, yo, you got to turn this down. Can we turn this heat down?
Like I'm over here sweating. Like I have a fucking hoodie and a coat on. Like it's hot in here.
I get real fucking aggro. Like quick when the fucking heat is just all up on my face.
It's uncomfortable. It's like,
Yeah,
if
dude.
You're that hot. It's like,
And it's wintertime
like
and I'm
riding,
sweating. No.
and I'm looking over at you. I'm just like, what do you like? Are you hot?
Can
And I'll
we-
like say shit like, are you hot? Are you? Or,
Can
like,
we
are you
do
cold?
something about this? You
Oh,
know,
no,
can we?
I'm good. Like,
Right.
okay.
It's the worst, man. It really is.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like starting to slightly sweat, like instantly. No, man, I can't do it. I'll say something immediately. I don't give a shit if I just met you. I'm immediate. I do not fuck around about that. 'Cause I
Right.
can't sit in a hot ass car, dude.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's the
stuffy. It feels
worst.
like you're in a death chain. It's just like, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Like, if you were to torture me, putting me in a vehicle with the heat on, what do you need? I got your answer. Yep. All right. It was the boys at 5:00. They were down on the street. You know, I'm giving it up. First 48 style. You don't even have to give me the meal. Just turn the heat off. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that, dude. That's the worst. I can't stand being hot. Like in a vehicle, it's just thinking about it makes me want to sweat. Like, cause I started going back out to Vegas and then Zion. I got fucking torched like by the sun last time. So I was like, Amanda, I think we should go tan. Like, I think I want to get to tanning. And so I've been tanning. And this is the first time in my 35 years that I've went to a tanning bed. I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with going to tanning. But
No, nothing at all.
I could not do another year in Vegas where I got fucking torched. I got torched on my legs, and that is the absolute worst place to get fucking sunburnt. I mean, it's terrible.
I mean, it's well, yeah, because then you end up just being uncomfortable the rest of the time you're there. You know
Bro,
what I mean? you're still spending time outside, so you're just like putting layers of sunburn on.
I mean, luckily I didn't get burnt again, but man, now that I work indoors and I used to work outside, I used to tan real easy, but not anymore, man. It fucking hurt. Like that shit hurt. I had like the fucking sunburn scars for like a solid like 4 months after that shit. I was like, nope, that ain't gonna happen again. But I mean, that never that never happened while I lived out there.
Right.
Obviously, I was wearing a little bit more clothing, and I didn't go out to the pools as much.
Right.
But it was bad. It fucking hurt. So like when I was out there and we were flying back, I wasn't the most pleasant person to be around. I was like, yeah, like let's just get home. Nobody talk to me.
I can't even remember the last time I was sunburnt, to be honest with you.
Well, don't fucking wish it on nobody because it sucks.
Oh, I would never. That would be a funny thing to say to somebody. Like, I hope you get sunburned. Like, if you were mad at it, could you imagine?
Yeah, I hope you get a sunburn on your ass cheeks.
Yo, speaking of sunning your ass, have you heard of that shit where you're supposed to, like, sunbathe your butthole? Oh, yeah.
Nah,
yeah,
dog.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this trend? Is this a TikTok thing?
This was some shit. No, dude. Yeah. It's called it's called Perenium sunning, dog.
Perenium sunning. That would be the name. That would. All right. So explain this to me. Why are we doing
shit
this?
That popped up last year.
Instead of bleaching your asshole, you just get a suntan?
Well, that's completely different. Bleaching your butthole is to make it look more like pink and fleshy instead of like
it looks like you don't take
brown.
shits.
Yeah, I guess. So
hey, you're not human.
If there's people that are showing their buttholes off a lot, I mean, people that are generally on film showing off their buttholes,
you mean porn stars?
Bleach them. Yeah, man. I think the correct term is sex workers.
Is that the 2022 term?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
Either way, porn stars, sex workers, people
Yes.
who do things on film.
So Perenium sunning, though. Let's see here. Here's why. Oh. I guess it's come out that it's not so good for you. Oh, yo.
Oh,
so
you don't say. So
it's
there's literally an orifice
immediately
to your insides, dude.
So this looks like it's being taken in, Zion, because these dudes are laying on grass out in the desert with like some teepees and stuff. There's teepees around.
Bro, if I see somebody's Perenium,
there's three dudes that I would assume are butt naked, and they're laying on their backs with their legs like up in the air in a V. Yo, dog.
Are they spreading? They spread eagle?
Yeah, V, dog. This is wild.
Don't link me because I don't want to see it.
It's okay. Perenium sunning is an ancient Taoist practice that originated in the Far East. Explaining the gate of life and death. So apparently,
it's a gate of life and
sunning
death
your
for
butthole
sure.
is the gate. Yeah. And is a gateway where energy enters and exits the body. Well, I mean, yeah, some energy definitely enters and exits the body there. Well, I don't know about inner, but definitely.
Yeah, I was about to say, what were we entering?
Inner, depending on who you are. Inner, depending on who you are, I suppose.
You get paid for that sort of entering.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember hearing about this last year at some point.
I'm dying, dude. You got me.
Yeah. Here, 10 things to know before you take up Perenium sunning.
Yeah, there's a lot to know.
Let's see here.
That's too good. Perenium.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the benefits could possibly be.
You have a really tan ass. What was it? Grandma's boy? He's like, your balls are tanner than my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people are debunking this butthole sunning thing, though.
I can't imagine it would be good because it's literally an orifice to your inside, dude. It can't be good.
Right. I mean, but I can't imagine that it has any real benefits. That's my thing. Like,
No, it has no
Come
fucking
on.
benefits.
come on. Aside from not having like tan lines inside your ass cheeks.
You want to look
mean,
good
that's-
naked.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even know if
that sounds like some straight white people shit. Like, we ain't
Maybe.
tan enough, so let's go ahead and tan our asshole.
No, this is what it sounds like. It sounds like some of these hardcore West Coast like hippies, like, and I don't mean your regular just like dread-headed Yellow Spring
Right.
type of hippies. I'm talking like the earth energy worshiping rocks and like eternal
Oh yeah.
wolf pack. Dude, these people are fucking nuts. There's a power lifter that I followed who went like from that whole life to like and then popped back up on Instagram and had like
Just got
renounced
rid of it all.
half of her possessions and like it was some just
I can't
I don't
imagine.
know, man. It's some crazy shit. Like taking
Like,
these
what would-
classes where like people are taking fucking what's the one shit that you take that like it's not even legal right now, but you go on like this fucking mental cruise.
Oscar or something or some shit.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
these people
yeah.
that sit in these big rooms or sit outside in the open on these fucking handmade blankets and take ayahuasca and trip out and throw up and cry.
Yeah.
Pass.
And they're like,
Hard
oh,
pass.
it's the greatest thing ever. Like I've read these
That
articles.
sounds terrible.
Sounds fucking horrible.
No, man.
No.
No, I'm not judging or anything like that at all.
Hey man, if you got the
But-
time.
No, man. They're clearly sacrificing other parts of their life to be doing shit like that.
I mean, some people are just bored. That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like there's people that struggle to have like some type of like meaning or place in life or like have this like ongoing unhappiness of like where they're at in life and all that other shit
Right.
like that, so that they search for different ways to fill that void. And I honestly feel like that's where some of this type of shit comes from. I mean, aside from living that super crunchy, I only shower when it rains outside type of lifestyle, is like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, man, it's too hot out West Coast for you to only be showering when it rains.
Scrub your butthole, dude. Take care of yourself. It's important.
So yeah,
And stay off the ayahuasca, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
I'm not even sure what ayahuasca is. I know it's like an all natural.
I'm not even gonna look it up, dude. Not even gonna do
I
it.
am.
Not even gonna do it.
It's not spelled how you think it is. That's for sure.
No, I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, plant-based psychedelic.
Oh, it's gotta be. Which, I mean, that's whatever. That's why most people are probably like, oh yeah, I'm.
Well, because it's a hallucinogen, people feel like it's taking them on a life journey.
Well, like mushrooms.
Of sorts. Yes, but I think this isn't. I don't know that you can microdose ayahuasca. Like you can microdose mushrooms, and it's actually beneficial to you mentally. I don't think
Yeah.
you can microdose ayahuasca.
You just
but I'm
going on
not.
the trip.
Yeah, well, but I don't.
You're going
know
out to
shit about
Joshua's
it, though.
tree and you're gonna find it.
But it's some hardcore like drink the Kool-Aid looking motherfuckers that do this.
Oh, I'm sure.
They either look like that or they look like hardcore like tribal, like people from like the Aztec land type shit.
I mean, obviously they know a little bit about it. I'm sure they've been doing it for some time.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's ayahuasca
good.
churches.
I'm sure. I'm sure,
I'll pass.
dude. I'm
I
gonna
don't
pass
think
on
I don't
that
think
one.
I don't think I'll partake.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Do your
But,
thing.
Yeah. Oh, what a nice little surprise topic there, though. That
Oh
from
yeah,
whatever we were talking about to butthole sunning.
Imperium or what is it?
Perenium.
Perenium.
Yeah, which I believe perenium is like the medical term for your asshole.
Perenium? Huh. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Nope. Nope. I take it back. It's not, because that would be sphincter. The perineum refers to the area between your anus and your genitals. So what we used to call your taint and your gooch when we were in high school.
Or chode.
Yeah. So the technical term is perineum.
Perenium. Okay.
So people aren't sunning their buttholes. They're sunning their
perineum.
They're sunning their taints or their gooch.
I mean, isn't that already dark? Like somewhat compared to the rest.
I mean, most of like depending on depending on your origin. Some people's are darker than others, but like pretty much everybody's genitalia is darker than their like the rest of their body. Right. You know what I mean? So
what are we doing?
Are
we this bored?
No. They're not sunning it for a tan. They're doing it for some type of like health benefit that they think they're getting.
Well, okay, but still, are we this bored? I don't get it, man.
Dude, some people are.
I don't get it though, dude. I mean, one, are we this bored? Do we have this much time? And I guess, do we have this much money in our bank account that I can just go sit around with my fucking perineum out? In Zion, no less. If I see some perineums in Zion, dude, hey, I'm out. I'm out. I'm never going back.
That would be a wild honeymoon. That would be a wild
well, Corbin, honeymoon. You called your shot. You Babe Ruthed it. I seen some perineums. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back to the pod.
Chewy.
I'll be like, you son of a bitch. How'd you do that? Listen here, fucker. I'll have to do an emergency podcast. Well, we'll literally break in.
That'd be so ridiculous. Like, you're not gonna believe what we just saw out here. Somebody in their Zion tent.
I mean, that house that we're staying in will be dope. So, I mean, we're going.
You should do the Narrows. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Narrows, all that shit around there. But I can't wait. I cannot wait. All this from leaving your heat on in your car.
Yeah.
You did have something labeled "I live in Spain," but the S is silent.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've got a theory on this.
Okay.
I don't know where I heard it or what it came from that made me want to write it down. But yeah, it was just I live in Spain, but the S is silent. And immediately I thought of two things. This is Beta Boy Energy. It was one of them. And the other one was, this sounds like a Drake lyric.
It does kind of. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Sounds like some Marvin's Room bullshit.
Yes. This sounds like some, what was the one album where he was sitting on top of his
Views?
Views from
He's in Toronto.
Spain. Views from Spain. You know what I mean?
Spain.
So I Googled it, right?
Right.
And it is a onslaught of fucking memes. Just memes. Like the little wolf meme or the weird, like I don't know, it looks like a fat husky.
Oh, the Doge dog.
Yeah.
The Doge dog.
It's over and it just says I live in Spain, but that's it. Just different shit like that. Like there's a ton of them.
I mean, the Doge dog is usually something to do with stock market, but I mean that makes sense
I
too.
Knew where this came from?
I mean, I would assume that if it has the Doge dog, it's something to do with stock market and all the fucking apes. They call themselves apes. That's how they basically pushed GameStop to $380 or some crazy shit. I don't know. Whatever. Either way. It could be that. I don't know if it ties in with that.
There is a song that does include it by Young Kaiju.
Yeah, this sounds like some stupid shit.
There's a oh wow. So that isn't a song there. But I don't know what, like I said, it's got Reddit pages and everything from it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll have to look it up. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna look it up right now.
I wish I knew its native origin. But yeah, I just, like I said, immediately see, because this is like, there's a type of person that like says this type of shit.
Oh,
like,
for sure, dude.
Very much that same
Dude.
person that ends up on like the nice guy Reddit page. The nice guy Reddit page. Or like just
if you don't know what nice guys is, people,
it's
and you're on Reddit, go to r/nice guys. Oof.
Nice guys
Rough.
finish last type of guys. You know what I mean?
I'm
Women
just a
don't
nice
want
guy.
nice guys. Women only like dickheads. Those type of guys.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough on that thread, man.
It's just nothing but that's like again, beta boy energy kind of shit.
Beta boy.
BBE.
Oh shit.
So
That's
you'll
fair.
probably hear me use that one a lot. I'll probably start using that one because I just can't help it. It sounds
BBE?
too fucking good. No, I live in Spain, but my S is silent.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Or I'll
Do
just,
you wanna
I'll
get-
just text you and be like, I'm out here living in Spain, son.
You were living in Spain there 2 weekends ago. But do you want to talk about a little bit why the fact that, I guess you were talking about your house, but what do you have a lot of decorations in your house?
Oh, yeah, man. And this has been a thing since I had the plantation, right? So, and nobody said shit to me back then. So I had a house with a little bit of land. And when I say little bit, I mean like 3 acres. Like it wasn't like a little bit is like 20. It was just a little bit. It was an old farmhouse. It used to be an orchard. So at one point in time, I could have been I had plantation style land, but I have always liked the decoration style of cotton and like cotton twigs and shit like that. It just looks good. So I have a big cotton wreath that my mom made for me. Like it's like a 4-foot wreath. I'm not saying that right, but that's fine. So there's that. I
think it's a wreath.
Yeah, there you go. I have this metal tray with like some mason jars that I painted matte black with like cotton like twigs sticking out of them. I have like a old milk like jug from like probably 120 years ago, like this old metal milk jug. There's cotton twigs sticking out of that sits on the ground next to the TV. And then there's like this lantern thing that sits under my TV that has like just pieces of cotton in it, which that actually came from Texas. That was picked by some little white kids. So gotcha there. So yeah, it's just, I've always enjoyed it. I think it's a good decoration. I like the way it looks, but again, like out of nowhere, like people started asking me, like people come over, hang out, whatever. And people like out of nowhere, people are questioning me about having cotton as a decoration.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Are they younger?
Some.
Okay.
Some of them have been younger. Some of them been the same age.
Okay.
So
are they like from suburban areas?
Mm, both.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm just trying to get a demographic here.
it just, I feel like it's more of a times thing where people, even
Have
though as
latched
woke as
on.
people say they are extremely uneducated.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
uh, for me, they like, so basically they're asking the question like, are you like, like anti-Semitic, like a self-hating person, or like anti-Semitic people are like, not necessarily like a Jewish person that hates a Jewish person, but like you've heard the joke like from the league where they said Ruxin was a self-hating Jew and shit like that, or like
Right.
I'm some type of like
Self-deprecating.
self-hating black dude or mixed dude or whatever. No, man, it just looks good. Like I like it. Like you're clearly making something out of nothing. If
Right.
anybody can have cotton, it's me, motherfucker. It's me. So I like it. But yeah,
Fair.
people straight up, I don't know. So
Now,
that's been a recent question that has popped up a lot in probably the last 2 years.
right. Yeah. I don't know. I remember when I lived with you for like what, those 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anybody ever asking me.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
ever.
because it was like, oh, that looks pretty.
Nobody ever really thought about it because it fit the house.
There was a sign when you walked into my living room that
Yeah.
was above like a header of a wall that split the living room that said the Shepherd Plantation.
Right.
Just sick. Handmade. I mean, it just was
It
nice.
was handmade.
It was handmade with love. Probably a little hate too, but that's fine.
After the
Uh,
fact.
yeah. So, yeah, man, it just, I don't know. It's something I've noticed, and I figured it'd be a cool subject because even then, like somebody had just told me a story, like, and I mean, just told me a story because it came up after asking me about all the cotton in my home, that they were on a trip. Um, and it was more of like a school trip kind of thing. I don't know, whatever. They were in Tennessee, and one of the kids, he was a black kid, was like, I'm not eating at this place. Like I guess it was like a family owned restaurant or some shit like that, which there's a ton of in Tennessee.
Right.
And they had a picture on the wall of people picking cotton, black people picking cotton. Oh, they're racists in here. They got a picture of people picking cotton. I'm not eating in here. I'm like, that's what's wrong. This is the type of shit. This is what we've come to. People are more worried about being triggered by something that they know nothing about
It's a
instead
fucking
of,
photo. One.
well, one,
Documenting
it's
history.
a photo. If that's something that you're allowing to have power over you, that's a fucking shame. And then two, it's the history of the area for sure. And having that doesn't make that restaurant racist. It is literally a picture that probably came from the fucking area of where they were, and it was just part of that. That's part of that area. That's part of what went on there. Is cotton. It was one of the common plants down there.
Right.
Excuse me. So for me, it was just like, yeah, that kid's an idiot. Like, clearly, he was just looking to create a situation out of nothing, in my opinion. But that's what a lot of shit is nowadays. Are people trying to find something to be upset about, something to be triggered by, or something to create an uproar over, and none of it's based on education or knowledge or knowing, or anything like that. It's just strictly for drama.
Drama makes the world go around.
Right. So
I believe that was Fred Durst.
famous quotes. I like that.
I believe it was on the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
That was what a,
was a good one.
classic album.
It was a
What
good
a
album.
classic.
I listen to it a lot, still to this day.
I'm a
But
big fan.
I am. I can't help it, dude. I mean, they're a good band. Their first like 4 albums were solid. So
Yeah, I
now,
would agree with that.
what happened after that is whatever. But No, not to take away from the all seriousness, but it is true. I mean, drama does make the world go around.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I don't remember anybody ever asking me when I
Nobody
lived
ever
there.
really did when I lived at the plantation, as far as I know of. When I still had that house, nobody ever said anything about it.
Nope, not once.
But a lot's changed in the world since
A lot has
roughly
changed.
4.5 years ago. So
Yeah, I remember when I got out, everything was great, and then immediately about a year and a half afterwards, the world turned to shit.
well, I don't know about that. That's pretty traumatic.
No, it's
would
been
say
pretty fucking shitty.
I mean, stuff happens.
A
Shit
pandemic,
happens.
people going crazy. You know, it's not fun. It's not been a fun 4 years since I got out.
Yeah,
But it could always be worse.
that is right. Somebody shared something, and I don't really agree with it because I get what they were trying to do. Like, I get they were trying to be like, "Oh, you think our gas prices are high? You should see the gas in these other countries." Well, I don't live in these other countries, so that doesn't.
And
that means
also,
nothing to
I
me.
mean, whatever. I ain't even getting into it. It's
They showed a list of all these other countries, like Hong Kong and all these other places, and their gas prices were like anywhere from like $7 to $10, and I'm just like, and like I don't. That's them. That's their gas prices. That has nothing to do with us. And the reason their gas prices are that high have nothing to do with why our gas prices are that high. So
right.
their gas prices have traditionally been higher than ours. So it's like for you to share that shit. And I like I said, I get what you were trying to do. Like that whole, well, if you think our situation's bad, you should look at other countries. No, that's part of the problem. We need to stop looking at other countries and all the shit that they're doing and start worrying about what we've got going on here and what we're doing and what we can do to improve what our situation is.
All right. Can't
So-
police the world forever, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we just gave 40 bill over to the crane, so hopefully they use it right, because we ain't coming anytime soon.
No, I'm not even sure what that possibly would have bought them, but you know.
A lot of shit. I mean, they're just gonna buy it right, spend it right back over to us.
Well,
dude. And all the
that's
companies
same,
here.
Same reason that the government gives out stimulus checks. It's to stimulate the economy because they give you money to spend it into the economy. So it's like,
Right. Well,
it's just a different way. Like the way they're going to spend that money, are we going to get all of it back? No, we're not going to get it all back, but part of what they're going to spend it on will come from us, I'm sure.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. That whole situation's been kind of fucked from the get-go between Russia and Ukraine.
I know we had mentioned it last week. It was like, it's almost been a fucking joke.
It's funny to see, because a lot of people, I remember when I was in, people, oh, we don't want to mess with the Russians. We don't want to push them. And I mean, for a, what, 2.5, 3 month long war, they don't have much to show.
Well, right.
I mean, to be honest, what do they have to show for it?
Not literally. I don't think anything yet.
I mean,
So,
I'm no fucking war analyst. I don't know shit. But at the end of the day, I don't know shit. But everything that I've read, it ain't going too well.
No.
Now that's
Well,
everything
it's not
I've
going
read.
the way-
Who knows?
I don't think it's going the way, or I think it's going the way that Putin thought it was going to go. Like I thought he was going. I feel like he thought he was just going to be able to like say some shit and make a couple moves and just kind of cruise in and be like, "Hey, this is ours again."
Steamroll.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Ah, dog. It ain't gonna happen
Didn't
that
go
way.
That way.
It did not.
No,
So.
I think Putin might be living in Spain, dog.
Yeah. He could be. He could be. He could be Perenium. I mean,
Oh yeah, he could be a tank.
they say he's got an illness. That's the rumor.
I
Now.
mean, he's been. How long has Putin been the president of Russia? I mean, it's been a long ass time.
Well, yeah, but they say that he has an illness that like doctors and shit are all around him all the time, and
Plus,
who
I
knows,
think he's older
man.
than what he looks.
I think he's in his 60s or like maybe. I don't think he's in his 70s. I think he's in his 60s.
He's 69.
Well, he's close to 70.
He looks. I mean, he looks like he's 69.
He looks pretty good for his age. I would say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Excuse me.
I guess we can get into some sports because
Hell yeah. Hey,
We,
would you
uh,
ever take male birth control?
would I take male birth control?
Yeah, dog.
I mean, not now. I'm
Thinking
35.
too much. Would you ever take male birth control?
If it was offered to me when I was in my 20s, no, I just use a condom.
You want which answer do you want from me?
I mean, whatever you want to tell me.
Nah, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm one of these like super woke chicks.
You tell me.
Why
then.
won't you take birth control? We're supposed to take all.
Oh,
these
so you're
hormones
gonna
and fuck
you're
up our
gonna
system. Why are you
roll
gonna do
reverse
this?
it. Okay, I can just wear a condom, and that is the ultimate.
Yeah, dude, that's how that conversation went. Like this subject came.
Oh,
up with this chick
yeah.
I was talking to, and I was just like, I think that's crazy. And I was like, but it's cool what they could do with science. Da, 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 that's neat. I figured it would come sooner than that. Oh well, would you take male birth control? And I was just like, no, I would just continue to do what I'm doing now, which is use a condom. Oh, so you ain't gonna da da? I'm just like, whoa.
Well,
You're what are you?
so
what are you doing?
I see her argument because of the ongoing many years females have been pushed to take birth control.
Right.
But if you were to do it right, you wouldn't even need to take birth control as a female. Now, is a condom 100%? No. Is birth control 100%? No.
No, but you
mean-
can get pretty spot on by like tracking somebody's like tracking your girlfriend's or wife's or whatever cycle and using a condom. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't
if
taking
somebody
all
gets
that
pregnant
effort.
that way, it's time to buy a lotto ticket or go to Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I mean, one, and it's the same argument for females because they can say the same thing. I don't know the long-term effects. I don't know, and I mean that goes both ways. You know, is it fair that women have to take it? No, absolutely not.
I just
mean-
like whoever makes the better sandwiches. You know what I mean?
That's fucked up, man.
Who's been
You're gonna-
voting less time? You know what I mean?
You're gonna get us canceled, man.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally fucking kidding. I'm not that dude.
But
It just seemed like the right.
no,
thing to
I
say at
get
that
their
time.
argument, but I'm not like one. If I'm talking to a female, say I was you and I was single again, and she pulled that up, we ain't gonna talk no more because you just want to start
I
an
don't
argument.
talk to that chick no more. Right, that's what it was. Like
That's what it was.
at that literal point that when I was having that conversation with this chick, because like when you talk to somebody, like you have these points where you're just like, oh,
Well, and that's the thing is
This
like
isn't
you could
gonna
say,
work.
no, I'm not gonna take the male birth control, and then she's gonna be like, well, why not? I take female birth control. I didn't tell you to take
female.
it.
Yeah, I didn't take. Yeah, like
I didn't
Right,
tell
or
you to
it's
take
like-
it. You took it
No,
because
but
you don't want to, and that's because society has made it normal for you.
she even was like, well, I don't take birth control either. And I was just like, okay, well, that's cool. Like,
That's fine.
so I don't understand
least you're
why
honest.
you're. Well, you right. She was on some serious male bashing shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
So-
that's the times. That's fine.
That's the trend.
That's fine. I mean, if you want
Well,
to
yeah.
debate me, we can debate. I mean, but you ain't
For
gonna like
sure.
my answers.
Well, right.
And if
And
you
that's
don't
what
like
I
my
think-
answers, that's okay. That's fine. That's the whole point of the debate.
she was
But
getting more amped up because I was just like,
right.
oh, no. Like I was starting to be like real passive about it. I was just like, oh, no. It's nothing like that. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't have to take birth control. Why should you have to do that either? I'm just saying I wouldn't take it either. So really we're on the same page. And she was getting, pissed.
You weren't taking the bait. That's all that was.
No,
You just weren't taking
no,
the bait,
no.
you know? And that's fine. Like, if you want to go argue with somebody, if that's what you really want to do, by all means, go for it. Back to the streets you go. You know?
Yeah. Right.
That's, I mean, like I said, I ain't going to entertain it because what's there to gain? Like, what is there to gain in this?
From going back and forth with somebody like that, literally nothing.
Like, I'm okay with, like, discussing it, but if you start to get angry, that's a you thing, and you need to figure it out for yourself, because I can't fix that for you. And you know what I mean? Like, people are going to be like, oh, that's wrong. You can't say that. Bullshit. Like, why can't we not just talk about it? You're the one getting angry. If you're getting angry about it, there's something more to it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I agree.
That's me. I don't know. I mean, I'm all for talking shit out, but if you start to get and fucking He-Man hater shit, I mean, I don't want to hear you, and I'm not gonna. If I started saying, "Oh, women are this or that," you want to hear me say that shit? No, nobody does. You know, it's stupid.
Oh man,
it's so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I never ever got about that whole shit of like empowering. That's fine. If you want to empower women, cool. But why do we got to drag down the other half? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that's the whole point. Is like, and that even goes with like the whole like race topic and like people feeling like they need to have white, like the whole like white guilt thing and shit like that is so fucking ridiculous. It's like you can boost other people of other religions, race, gender, whatever, without bringing down anybody else. That's not, that like contradicts the whole fucking thing. Like it's just about building other people up. It doesn't have to be like this. Like there's always those type of people on no matter what subject it is, that if you are building somebody else up or building a group of people up, that means the alternate should be like pushed down into the mud and shit like that.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
It sucks that it's got to be that way, but
right.
If that's the way you want to be, by all means. But I ain't the one to sit there and argue with you, because I'm just
hell no.
There's nothing to gain, like we said.
No,
I don't know, man. That shit's
wild.
Like, by all means, if they came out and said, hey, and there is no complications, there's no long-term effects, then am I going to push my son to have it? No. Am I going to push my daughter to have it? No. But I will have a discussion and say, hey, don't ruin your life at a young age. And, I mean, that just makes sense. Like, why can't we not have these talks?
Right.
At a young age.
A lot of it should be about is education and stuff like that. Education of everything, no matter what the subject is, especially if it directly deals with you yourself, or, who you are as a young adult or a teenager or whatever. Is education is the most important thing. So I think a lot of the trend, even already over the last 2 years, is that a lot of forms of birth control are not good for you, and they all have their not great side effects and stuff like that. Right. So I mean, the percentage is pretty decent of females who were taking birth control damn near since they've been teenagers and completely stopped and aren't going to ever take it again. And then people that are like young adults that haven't ever been on it and don't ever have a plan of being on it, just because of the education piece behind, what it can do to you. And the negative side effects, which is cool. Like, it's dope. Like, everybody's learning. This is great. So
Education, man. Looking it
sure
up,
as fuck doesn't
figuring
mean
it
I'm
out.
taking male birth control though.
I mean, I don't blame you. You know, there's plenty of ways to not have a child, and one is wearing a condom. It's the number one easiest way.
Super simple. Super simple.
I mean, is it foolproof? No, but are those either? No.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
But either way, we'll jump into some football power rankings to close it out.
Hell yeah.
This will be quick because I got to go.
Okay.
But we'll open up with yours. So if you want to pull yours up so you can see and know what you put. We can clearly see there is no bias in this power ranking.
Not even a little bit.
No, not at all.
Nah.
Is there any surprise team that you may have low that you may see like getting higher?
Yes. So
Who is it? Because right now I mean, as the viewer, I mean, obviously the Steelers are high, but that's because you're a Steelers fan and you're not gonna say that.
It's just because they're good. It's just because they did some real work in the offseason to build off of what they already had. Yeah.
You do have the Broncos low. We talked about that, but we both kind of agreed that the Broncos don't. I'm not buying into the orange crush yet, and I'll show you mine here in a second. But you have them at 20. I think I had them at like 14. Mm-hmm. So they're a playoff team or right outside. Do I have them winning the division? No. And I'm assuming you don't either. You have the Raiders ahead of them and the Chiefs. But I don't think the Chiefs win the division.
It'd be between the Raiders and the Chiefs, in my opinion, for that division. I mean, the Raiders are decent.
Well, no, you obviously have the Chargers at 2, so you're saying the Chargers are going to win.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I missed that too.
If the Chargers can keep up with what they did last year, they stand to be pretty good. I mean,
with all the additions, they are all 3 phases, like on defense.
And I don't think who'd they lose? I don't think they lost anybody.
I don't think they lost anybody of significance.
Right. So they're in a pretty good position. If they can keep the same momentum they had last year and not make some of the stupid mistakes that they were making in the playoffs and shit like that, they should, by all means, they should be a pretty decent team. But, I mean, anything could happen. They could fall off. I mean,
right.
Whatever. So
I put mine up. I have the Chargers at 1 over the Rams. Just because, and I'm doing this specifically off of, on paper, no injuries, going into the season, what they've done in free agency and the draft. The Chargers, like I said, on all 3 phases, defensive line, linebackers, and secondary, I mean, they fucking killed it. Offensively, they were great last year. They just faltered at the end of the season. I mean, they came out and they were killing it.
Right.
I have my Rams at 2. I don't think anyone in the NFC, besides maybe the Bucks, give them a problem. I mean, I have the Eagles high, and it's not because Hurts. That division's shit. Right. And I think they're going to win. The Browns are asterisked because I don't know if we're getting Deshaun Watson Browns or are we getting Baker Mayfield Browns. That's a whole 2 different types of Browns.
That's true.
Like I said, I put the Broncos at 13. Steelers, I put it at 19. But I do believe in Kenny Pickett. I was high on Kenny Pickett. I love Kenny.
Low.
Hey, man. It's just what it is, dude. It's just...
For a team that made the playoffs last year, that is...
I agree. I think you will make the playoffs. I think you still can make the playoffs. Like I said, if the Browns have to start Mayfield, I would flip-flop probably the Steelers and Browns. I would put the Steelers at 14 and the Browns at 20 or 19. Just because of the sheer fact that somebody's got to be a wild card in that division.
Where you got the Ravens at?
I put them at 10. But I don't know what you're getting because they have no receivers, at least veteran receivers.
I don't think they're gonna do any better than they did last year.
No, I would agree. I mean, their run game's going to be stout, but I don't know if they'll be as good.
I don't think they're gonna be as good. I just Lamar Jackson style quarterbacks don't traditionally last very long, and he's not lasting very long. Like through last year, was fucking rough,
Right?
rough. And
it all hinged on him.
Well, right, and as defenses figure out him, don't get me wrong, he's still very elusive. He is dangerous, but this is the NFL. Like, this is the defense's sole job is to do the work and watch tape and get the coaching to play Lamar Jackson. Sometimes you're not even playing the Ravens offense. You're playing Lamar Jackson. So depending on how keyed in you are on him and whatnot, and have a good game plan going into the game, which it seems like every year teams are getting better and better at it since figuring out who he is.
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's not going to get any easier for him.
Right.
And I don't think they went crazy getting an offensive line in the draft or in the offseason, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they
So
I don't know who they drafted. I have to look. I don't remember anybody like standing out. Didn't they? They drafted the safety from Notre Dame though, didn't they? In the first round,
I believe so. Excuse me.
I think he'll do well there. I mean, obviously they've always been a defensive oriented team, so he'll do well there.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have some disparities here and there. I mean, obviously you guys can see it, but it's way too fucking early. Obviously, that's what it says at the top. Way too early, and we'll see what happens. We just wanted to kind of dip our toes in the water, see if we can go back and be like, oh shit, we were way off, or maybe we're right on. Who knows?
I think my surprise, like, lower team is going to be the Eagles.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. It's hit or miss. You don't know what we're getting yet.
Right. And I think Hurts,
but
he started to get better through the season last year even. So, I mean,
right.
He's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. So,
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
I got people knocking at my door, and I got to go. So that means we got to go. All right?
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a good night, and we'll see you right here next week on the Sticks and Stones podcast. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Sticks and Stones podcast. Join us next time. And remember, keep it real.